What's up guys, Yegi here. I am the owner and founder of Yegi Beauty, which is an eyelash extensions company. And on our YouTube, we do a lot of tutorials to continue our students' education in eyelash extensions. Today's tutorial, we are kind of playing around and experimenting with the style. Not a very common way of doing a hybrid set, but we tried doing a layered hybrid set. So one layer we did classic, the second layer we did volume, and we divided the client's eyelashes layers vertically, just like how you would do a lashing in layers. But we're doing one layer classic, one layer volume, and we're doing a B and B plus curl. So those are all the things that are different about this tutorial, and let's see how it turns out.
Here is the before of the client's eyelashes. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure her eyelashes are nice and clean by cleansing it with the Yegi Eyelash Foam Cleanser. The cleanser is super light and tear-free, so we can go ahead and really get in there with the set of the brush that it comes with and clean in between as good as possible. And the reason why we do this is because it does really help with the retention if you start off with the right pH balance with the natural eyelashes. Now we use a peri bottle to go ahead and rinse out the cleanser after we're done and dry it with some paper towels. Next, we're going to go ahead and tape down the bottom lashes to make sure they don't stick to the top ones as we're lashing. And we like to use an under eye patch and also the blue sensitive tape over in an X formation to hold down all those baby lashes. Now, some key things with this is you want to make sure you don't put the tape up too high and adjust it down as needed so it doesn't poke the client in the eye and cause any redness. Next, we're going to use the Yegi primer to prime the eyelashes before we start applying the extensions. Take your time and make sure all of the eyelashes are primed and have a thin layer of primer on them. Then you can use a fan to fully dry the natural eyelashes before you start to apply the extensions. Now for this set, since we are trying something a little fun and we're doing lashing in layers, we're doing one layer classic, one layer volume, one layer classic, and alternating to get a nice hybrid set, we are going to tape up the natural eyelashes and start pulling out one layer at a time of her natural lashes so we can start the lashing process. Make sure again you're being super gentle and taking your time and pulling out one layer of her lashes from the tape that's taped up. Now, a good tip for this is it looks scary and intimidating at first when you're trying to lash in layers, but with practice you get more comfortable working close to the eye. So make sure you are practicing this on clients or on people that you're really comfortable with at first, and then you'll be able to do it on any client. When the client has some extensions on or you're doing the lashing in layers with the fill, it may be a little bit more tricky to pull the eyelashes out because sometimes they get stuck, as you can see within the tape. So again, the main thing is take your time and go slowly as possible. Here are the mink eyelashes we're going to use for the classic set. These are 0.15 super light, gentle, and they are vegan lashes. We're going to pull out the links that we need. Oh, and they are also foil back, so you can put them back and reserve them as needed. We're going to pull the links 9, 10, and 12. We're keeping this mapping super simple and doing a nice round doll eye. Now we do want to draw the mapping on the mapping sheet, on the mapping sheet for the client for their record, but also on the eye patches to keep both eyes consistent. Now the bottom layer, we are applying the classic lashes. We are putting one extension on top of one natural eyelash, and again, classic lashes are a 1-to-1 ratio. So that's what we're going to be doing all throughout the first bottom layer, okay? So make sure you're following the mapping and you're applying only one classic eyelash on top of one natural lash, and we are not gluing so close to where the eyelash grows out of. We are gluing gluing a millimeter or so away from the skin, it's very important for the extensions not to touch the skin. If they do touch the skin, that's when the client can experience discomfort or some infections, or it could clog their hair follicle, oil glands, and all that stuff. So make sure you are following that rule and gluing it on top of the hair and not the skin, and a little bit away from where the lash grows out of. You could see the curved tweezers we are using are the G10 isolation tweezers. These tweezers are actually really good multi-purpose tweezers. You can also use these boot-shaped tweezers for volume. So depending on the client's eye shape, you might want to alternate the angle of the curved tweezer you're using for isolation. But your main thing with isolation, again, is to only have one natural eyelash in between the tweezers so you don't glue anything together. Because if we do glue too many eyelashes together, or even two natural eyelashes together, that's when we can cause damage to the client's natural eyelashes. And of course, that's something we do not want to do. It does take practice, and sometimes it feels like it takes forever to isolate, but I promise you, with practice, it does get a lot easier. Isolation is one of those things that does take some time in the beginning to get quick at and feel more natural, because we are using our other hand. Normally we don't use our other hand. We only use one dominant hand to do most of the things. So when it comes to lashing, we're using both hands. So your non-dominant hand ends up kind of struggling a little. And in this case, that's the hand we're using to isolate. So be patient with yourself, and I promise you it will get better. The tweezer on my right hand is also a multi-purpose tweezer. You can use it to apply any type of lashes, classic or volume, but what I love to use that tweezer for, and it's the A3 Gold tweezer, is mostly isolation, honestly. But we are using it to apply the classic lashes for this set, just to kind of play with it and see how that works. But it really is a preference based on you and the lash artist of what type of tweezer you want to use for what. But in general, we do usually use a straight tweezer to apply the classic lashes, because it does make it easier to kind of move things around, and you can use a straight tweezer to help you isolate quicker with your both hands. You could see we are switching from the transparent adhesive to the premium adhesive at this point, because sometimes the different adhesives have or function better at different temperatures and humidities. And actually the premium adhesive has such a nice wide range, and that day was really hot when we were recording this client, and that's why we had to switch to the premium adhesive, because that adhesive worked better as it was sticking as we were working with it. So it's really good to have this adhesive in your toolbox. The premium Yegi adhesive has a wide range for humidity and also for temperature. It's kind of like our insurance adhesive to have on hand. Now we are going to grab the volume eyelashes that we're going to use and apply it on the second layer of the client's natural lashes. And this is how we're doing our hybrid set for this client. Bottom layer classic lashes, second layer volume, and then we're going to alternate again. For the volume, again, we're using the Yegi Mega Volume Easy Fanning Lashes. You can make as big or as small fans with these lashes as you please. And this is actually the B plus curl. So we wanted to do something really natural on her, as in the curl, we wanted a natural curl. So the B and B plus curl gives it a really fun look. Not so popular in today's world. A lot of people do C and Ds, but the B plus curl in this specific lash is really nice. So I would give it a try, and actually they're in our outlet section for quite a discounted price. So check it out if you've never worked with the B plus curl. It gives a very cool look. We try to glue our fans underneath the client's natural lashes. I feel like the retention is a little bit better if you can get it underneath. However, it is not wrong to glue the full fan on top, on the side, or anywhere on the client's natural lashes that you can align the base evenly to, right? Our goal is to make sure the base is nice and aligned and attached to the client's natural lash. That's how it's gonna last long. If there's any holes or any inconsistency with the way it's aligned to the base of the client's natural eyelash, that's when it doesn't stick so good. So make sure you're focusing your eye and you're focusing your tweezers on the base when you're gluing the fan, not on the tip and the curl part of the natural lashes. Also remember, if you are having trouble making your fans, these eyelashes are easy fanning. It should be easier to practice with these, and we'll link a video below of how to make the fans with these lashes that could make your life a lot easier and a lot faster when doing volume sets. Here's a closer look of how we're applying the volume fans onto her natural eyelashes, and you could see this is the top layer of the eyelashes that we're working with. Our goal is to get a fan on every single one of the client's natural eyelashes that don't already have the single classic lash, right? Because this is a hybrid set, but we're doing the bottom half classic, the top half volume. We're alternating between the client's natural eyelash layers. So depending on how many layers the client's eyelashes are, that's how many times we're going to alternate between classic and volume. It just gives a different look and effect compared to just mixing them in more randomly, but doing it in layers. And both ways can look beautiful, it's just a little different, right? So it's fun to experiment, and that's what we like to do with our clients, to also show you guys different examples. So I hope you enjoyed this method and try it out for yourself, see what you think. And make sure you comment below and let us know what you've tried, what else you want us to try for fun, and we'll do it for you. To clarify also, we are using the same mapping for the volume and the classic to get this hybrid look. We're still using 9, 10, and 12 lengths. We're following the same mapping from underneath, the same layers. Now for the inner corners, we are focusing on trying to get as many lashes as possible on there. We're going to use the blue sensitive tape to pull out the skin or the eyelid and try to reach as many of those inner corners as possible. And again, we do it the same way. We put some classics in one layer and some volumes in the next to have a final hybrid look. Now for the outer corners, we did decide to kind of release and let go of the taping for the layers to be able to see those baby hairs better. And then we are going to apply some of the volume fans in the outer area. Now, always make sure to play around with your taping to reach inner and outer corners, because unless completed, the full look does not look complete. And here's the final look.
Well, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I personally, and I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of doing this style of hybrid and alternating the layers, but I definitely would give it a try with a few more people before I come to a conclusion about it. But it was definitely fun experimenting, and like always, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and share the video. This is how we are able to make these free videos for you. Please spread the word. Have a great day. Bye.